Sweden's ground forces have long been shaped by the country's geography, strategic culture, and commitment to technological excellence. In the Nordic theater, with its harsh winters, broken terrain, and long coastlines, mobility and adaptability matter as much as raw firepower. Sweden's defense planners have never sought to match the mass of larger nations. Instead, they have focused on quality, systems that can move fast, strike hard, and survive under the most challenging conditions. Nowhere is this philosophy more evident than in the country's trio of most formidable land combat systems: the CV90 infantry fighting vehicle, the Archer self-propelled artillery system, and the Leopard 2A5 main battle tank. Together, they form a combined arms corps that is both a shield and a sword, a deterrent and a warfighting tool tailored to meet the demands of modern conflict. The CV90 was born at the tail end of the Cold War, developed by Hägglunds to give Sweden's mechanized infantry both protection and punch in the face of a numerically superior opponent. Its evolution over the decades has been constant, a testament to a design that was both forward-looking and adaptable. The current variants feature the 40mm Bofors autocannon, a weapon with enough rate of fire and penetration to defeat light armor, shred infantry positions, and even threaten some aerial targets. This is coupled with advanced fire control, thermal imaging, and a digital backbone that allows the vehicle to operate seamlessly in a networked battle space. Armor protection is modular, allowing upgrades to meet new threats, including explosive reactive armor and active protection systems. In Nordic terrain, where snow, ice, and marsh can stop heavier vehicles cold, the CV90's mobility is a force multiplier. It can traverse forests, cross frozen rivers, and keep pace with main battle tanks in maneuver operations. Its export record to Norway, Finland, the Netherlands, Denmark, and beyond speaks to its adaptability and reputation. It is not merely an infantry taxi, it is a combat platform in its own right, designed to fight alongside and in support of heavier armor. If the CV90 represents the armored fist of Sweden's mechanized infantry, the Archer artillery system is its long arm. Artillery has always been a decisive factor in land warfare, but in the modern era, survivability and precision matter more than ever. Archer was designed from the outset to deliver devastating firepower and then vanish before counter-battery fire could arrive. Mounted on a Volvo A30 all-terrain chassis, its 155mm L52 gun can be brought into action in under 30 seconds, unleash a full salvo using its autoloader, and be on the move again in the same time it takes older systems to load their first rounds. It can fire conventional shells to over 30 kilometers, and precision-guided munitions beyond 50 kilometers, striking point targets with deadly accuracy. In dispersed operations, where units avoid clustering to reduce vulnerability, this shoot-and-scoot capability is invaluable. Archer is as much a defensive system as it is offensive. By denying the enemy the luxury of unchallenged artillery dominance, it forces them to operate under constant threat of sudden, precise fire. Britain has ordered it, other NATO countries have studied it. And for Sweden, it represents the marriage of modern firepower with Nordic battlefield realities. The Leopard 2A5, by contrast, is the heavy hammer. When Sweden opted to replace its domestically produced STRV-103 S-tank in the 1990s, it chose Germany's Leopard 2 for its blend of firepower, armor, and proven reliability. The A5 variant brought with it a wedge-shaped applique armor on the turret, improved protection against kinetic and chemical energy threats, and upgraded optics and fire control. Its 120 mm Rheinmetall smoothbore gun remains one of the most lethal tank guns in service, capable of defeating the best armor on the modern battlefield. In Swedish service, the Leopard 2A5, designated Stridsvagn 122, has been further adapted for local conditions. Enhanced roof protection defends against top-attack munitions, climate systems ensure functionality in extreme cold, and modifications improve cross-country performance in Sweden's mixed terrain. Where the CV90 delivers mobility and flexibility, and Archer offers reach, the Leopard 2A5 provides the shock action to break through enemy lines or blunt their armored thrusts. Its very presence in a formation changes the tactical calculus for any opponent. Individually, each of these systems would be a formidable asset for any modern army. Together, they form a complementary triad that magnifies the strength of each component. The CV90's infantry and reconnaissance elements can screen the heavier tanks, protect artillery positions, and exploit breakthroughs. Archer's rapid precision fire can shape the battlefield before either armor or infantry close in, destroying high-value targets, disrupting enemy concentrations, and denying freedom of maneuver. The Leopard 2A5 can punch holes in fortified positions or repel heavy assaults, supported by the CV90 in combined arms maneuver. In Nordic defense scenarios, where operational art involves dispersed forces, rapid concentration, and equally rapid disengagement, the integration of these three systems is a textbook example of how to translate strategic needs into practical capability. The trio's power lies not only in their hardware, but in their fit with Sweden's strategic environment and doctrine. Sweden cannot hope to field massed armored divisions on the scale of a continental power. It must instead rely on forces that can survive the first blow, hit back hard, and keep fighting in a contested battle space. All three systems can operate in smaller, independent units, yet plug seamlessly into larger NATO formations when required. Their shared emphasis on mobility, protection, and advanced electronics reflects an understanding that information, survivability, and adaptability are the true currencies of modern warfare. Moreover, the combination of domestic design and foreign acquisition adapted to local needs shows a pragmatic approach to defense procurement. Sweden develops what it can excel at, and buys, and then improves what it needs from others. There is also a political dimension. Sweden's ground forces are a visible expression of its national will to defend itself, now reinforced by NATO membership. The CV90 and Archer are symbols of Swedish industry's ability to produce world-class systems that compete globally, while the Leopard 2A5 is a reminder of the country's ability to integrate into allied supply chains and operational doctrines. In a Europe where security assumptions have been upended, the presence of this modernized armored core sends a message not only to potential adversaries, but also to allies. Sweden is not a passive consumer of security, but an active contributor. Ultimately, these three systems represent more than the sum of their parts. They embody a strategic logic, a blend of speed, firepower, and resilience tailored for the defense of a country whose challenges are as much about geography as geopolitics. In an age of drones, precision strikes, and information warfare, The CV90, Archer, and Leopard 2A5 remain relevant because they are not static designs. They evolve. Upgraded sensors, active protection, precision ammunition, and integration into networked command systems ensure that they can meet tomorrow's threats as effectively as today's. Their greatest strength is that they are not relics of past wars, but living tools of deterrence and combat, adaptable to the fast-changing reality of modern battlefields. If you had to choose one of the three to put into your country's army, would you choose CV90, Archer, or Leopard 2A5? Leave a comment below. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell.